Peace. This is Waz for Waz Words Media, and wow, we just witnessed history. Not only did we witness history, but we witnessed a Fight of the Year candidate in Jermell Ironman Charlo versus Brian Castano. This was a historic fight because the winner of this fight was going to be the first ever junior middleweight undisputed champion, holding all four belts. And not only that, but would only be the seventh person in history to accomplish this goal of holding all four belts. So Jermell Charlo, from the beginning, credit to his camp, great camp that he had. You could tell he came in shredded. He made the 154-pound limit by two. He even shaved the extra couple pounds off, came in at 152. So from the beginning, he's already showing you, he's displaying that he was very focused, in tune with the assignment at hand, and he came in with a determined idea that he was going to be undisputed champion and mark his name amongst the greats in history. So from the beginning, you saw the adjustments. Charlo was no longer standing on the ropes, standing tall on the ropes. That was giving him a lot of trouble because the smaller Castano was starting to come in with the overhand rights. And he caught him with the overhand rights in this fight, but they were more devastating because Charlo was up high, erect, against the ropes. And it caused a lot of trouble the first fight around. This time around, you saw Charlo extending that jab, snapping that jab, pumping the double jab, keeping Castano at a fair distance where he could connect with the right hand as well. And he was also setting up that left hook all night. So he knew that left hook, as he would close in the gaps, because another thing that he was doing was he was coming down to Castano's height instead of, again, standing erect like he did most of the first fight. He did his adjustment by coming down, and that gave him good position for the left hook. So big up to Derrick James, trainer of the year. Should have been trainer of the year for the past 2 years. Instead, they gave it to the cheater, Eddie Reynoso, who everybody in that camp been on something. You know what I'm saying? You got Canelo Alvarez, who got caught. Canelo got caught with steroids, but nobody talks about that. That never comes up anymore. Suddenly, old media, they drilled Barry Bonds for years. They wouldn't let that go for years when Barry Bonds was doing steroids. But Canelo, for some reason, that gets swept under the rug. And Canelo, yeah, he's one of the greatest champions of all time, but the man was a known juicer. You know, then you got Oscar Valdez, Herbal Tea Valdez, talking about, oh, it was in the tea, it was in the tea. I didn't know. But then they asked for a tea sample and he forgot what tea he used. So that whole camp, Eddie Reynoso, the only credit that he can get for being trainer of the year was that he actually convinced Ryan Garcia to step in the ring to fight. But Derrick James is such a great trainer. He got, between Errol Spence and the Charlo brothers, there's 11 belts in that camp currently as we speak today. So, you know, credit to him for the game plan that he prepared Charlo with. Credit to Charlo for executing the game plan, being a student of the game, absorbing the knowledge given it to him by James, and executing, going out there and performing what had to be done. Old media for years have been trying to tarnish the name and the legacy of the Charlos, especially since the Charlos have been very vocal about calling out the Golden Boy, Canelo Alvarez. The Charlos have been vocal for about the past 5 or 6 years, trying to get Canelo Alvarez in the ring. And Alvarez has been more elusive in the ring than out the ring than he is in the ring. You know, he was very elusive out the ring. Never got, not even into contract negotiations with the Charlo brothers. And if he would have got in the ring with the Charlos when they've been calling him out for the past 5, 6 years, Dimitri Bivol versus Canelo, that would have happened 5, 6 years ago already. We would have been saw that because that's the style that the Charlos come with. That same style that Dimitri Bivol came with which is a boxer puncher, somebody that uses the jab well, somebody that moves their head, somebody that uses angles, and not only keeps that jab pumping, but throws combinations. That's what you get with the Charlos. The Charlos can mix it up with you. They can box with you. They box low. They throw low jabs down to the abdomen. They change levels. And the knockout power speaks for itself. Jermell Charlo should have been pound for pound for years already. Like, what more does he have to do? He's taken on all the top opposition at 154, and he finally gets this accomplishment of becoming undisputed. So there's no way that they could discredit him now. Mike Coppinger and all these guys from old media that continue to tarnish or try to put some dirt on the Charlo name, all of that goes away with this victory. So now you got to give the man his flowers, man. You got to give him his respect, put him in that pound for pound list, and salute once again to the Charlo brothers, to Jermell Iron Man Charlo, and to Derrick James, who is trainer of the year, definitely by far. So on that note, salute. Till the next time. We out. Peace.